Hey everybody, this is George from 5-Star Guitar Studios, and today is the first day of a series of mine which is going to be called How to Play Guitar in 5 Minutes a Day. Now this series is going to be focused on ways to vamp up your guitar playing in 5 minutes a day. And not 5 minutes a day once a week, but 5 minutes a day every day. And if you guys, it's not a lot of time, and if you guys are willing to dedicate yourself to that, it's amazing what you'll be able to accomplish. So today's lesson, just like many others in this series, is going to focus on technique. It's just amazing what technique can do for you. I have a student that's been playing for probably 10 years and he's plateaued recently. And the biggest reason why was because of his technique. He knows all his chords, he knows his scales, and he knows all his picking exercises, but just without his technique, he never got any faster, he never got any better, and the tone never improved, he was never more fluid. Alright, so today's lesson is going to be on posture, and posture is so important because you need it to be consistent with your playing, because that's one of the things that made my student plateau, is that every day he'd be playing in a different position, and you're not going to get any better unless you're consistent. So I find the best posture for me is having my guitar perpendicular to my leg and parallel to my body like this, just straight along. And the idea is, you want to be, let me put my pick here, you want to be coming across at about a 45-degree angle with your palm resting on the bridge, just like that. This is mostly an electric guitar technique, but it's very applicable to acoustics too, just because it gives a good muted sound and it keeps all the other strings from ringing out. But on acoustic, obviously, sometimes you can get more up here and rotate around. All of the good acoustic players will do that, but today we're just going to focus on right here. So the next phase of posture is making sure your left hand's in the right spot. The key with your left hand is you want your thumb about the middle of the back of the neck here, so that way your fingers are pushed out so they're arced more. I always see this in beginning students, is they want to have their thumb up and over and their fingers here, but obviously if your fingers aren't arced out, you're going to run into a bunch of other strings and it's just going to sound like that. It's going to sound like garbage. So you want to have your thumb back so your fingers can have a big arc so it'll sound clear like this, as opposed to like that. See? Now the key is you have to be consistent about this. You need to be consistent that you're practicing every day, consistent with your posture, making sure your guitar is parallel with your chest here. You want to be sure you're always coming into the 45, your thumb always has to be in the same spot, and those are some of the first steps to really making huge strides in your playing. So right now, I'm sure it's pretty obvious, but I'm sitting here playing acoustic. Now if I was standing though, my strap length, like whenever I have my electrics, my strap length is so that whenever I'm sitting, it's always the same length as when I'm standing. You'll notice some rock legends like Slash and Ace Frehley wear their guitars down at their ankles. But the thing is, whenever they solo, they have to hoist their guitar up. They'll prop one leg up on a speaker or something and hoist it up, because you just cannot play that well if it's down at your knees. It leads to carpal tunnel syndrome, which I'm sure none of you guys want. So anyways, just always keep that in mind. That's another thing about consistency, is if it's somewhere, if it's up here when you're standing, or if it's down at your knees when you're standing, that's no good. You want it to be right here, even with your chest. That's where you're going to be able to get the best angle from your right hand, the best arc from your left hand. Alright guys, so remember, it's all about consistency. Be sure to practice your 5 minutes a day. Be sure to always keep posture in mind. Now I'll be teaching a lesson on picking technique here shortly, so be sure to tune in and look out for that.